Okay. Hello, hello. Perfect. So, my project was a program that sort of gives you a pseudo random prompt, and the goal is to just type it as fast and as quickly as you can, and it measures your finish time, how long it took you to finish, and the words per minute that you got during the prompt. And the way we achieve pseudo random is by simply taking a number from the user. I made the user give it to you, and so it can just be anything, doesn't matter. And type the prompts quickly and as accurately as you can. 3, 2, 1, go. A teenage boy was accused of breaking his arm simply to get out of the test. So that was pretty fast. That was actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with myself. We got 91 words per minute. That's pretty high. Um, Finished in about 10 seconds. And it also measures accuracy as well. Not as well as I would like. It just tells you if you got 100% accuracy or not. Um, so that is what you want to strive for in this. And that's basically all it does. We'll try something else. Try failing it a little bit. Just to display what that is like as well. So the glacier came alive and something, something, something. So we were not fully accurate. Yeah, that's fairly self-explanatory. Finish time and words per minute are not um, discredited by the fact that we didn't type this correctly. So this is calculated as if we did type it correctly. So 84 is actually seemingly pretty high, just because I spammed um, ASDF and whatnot, all that. So a few concepts I used during my programming project. I would say I didn't really use that much. There's not really a lot of code here. I spent honestly kind of an ungodly amount of time just doing like really simple problems, so it's kind of frustrating. But one of the things was I/O between files and the user as well, of course. You can see when I go to run this, I actually feed it prompts.txt. This is prompts.txt. It has 100 different lines of just random sentences. I just literally looked up random sentence generator and then copied all of them in here, line by line. So there is 100 things here, and obviously we get input from the user using getLine. I also use getargs to get the command line argument of the prompts.txt, but getLine is what we use to get user input, and we need the arrow operator to unpack the IO string into a string. That is one of the strange things I've learned about Haskell. Another thing I employed was sort of randomness. I did it as it was in the textbook, which isn't really random. It's usually even random things like random packages and libraries aren't even perfectly random. But this is especially not perfectly random because it's just right here. All I do is I apply this formula where we take any number, I call it a seed, and multiply it by 3, add 5, and then take the mod of 101. This is so that we can get a random number um, between 1 and 100, and we can get one of these prompts. So we can see here, this is where I do the indexing of that um, as so. Another surprisingly difficult programming concept that I employed, well, in my opinion, all programming concepts in Haskell are difficult, but um, specifically one that was giving me a hard time was type conversion. It's really strange. As I mentioned before, we have the arrow operator to turn an IO string and sort of unpack it into a normal string. That's pretty bizarre. But one of the hardest things I had was with the getting the time. Getting the time um, from get current time, which is from data.time.clock, actually gives you a time which its type is UTC time, and then I needed to subtract the start time from the finish time in order to get the elapsed time it took the person to complete the prompt. And this, for some reason, does not actually yield a UTC time. It actually, as you can see from this signature, gives you a nominal diff time, which I had to then convert to seconds, which you would think would maybe give you a double or something like that, a float maybe, but it actually gives you a pico type. And getting this equation to calculate words per minute was way more difficult than it needed to be. um, so I thought that was something that was really strange. Uh, Length of the user input was an int. In order to get this to be not an int, so that we can use the divide operator, which we can't use on integers. I had to use the from integral expression. So this was just one of the really strange caveats that I had to deal with in this Haskell project. And I would say that's really all I have to say about this. So that was my project. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thanks for watching.